What's going on? This is David Whitney with Alphahawkfitness. Alright guys, right now I want to talk about intermittent fasting and why it can create an environment in our bodies that's conducive to burning stubborn fat. First of all, let's quickly talk about what exactly stubborn fat is and why it's so hard to get rid of. Now, stubborn fat is usually, in the men, is usually in the lower abdomen, right underneath the navel. In women, it's usually the lower abdomen, the butt, and the thighs. Now, the reason it's so hard to get rid of, and the thing is, you know, a lot of people can relate to this, that you think you got rid of all the fat on your body and there's no fat left, and you can't understand why you still got a little belly underneath your navel. Well, that's because this is stubborn fat. It's the very last to get rid of, and sometimes our bodies will even start tapping into muscle for energy instead of that last bit of fat. This problem usually happens when you get into the single digits of body fat for men, and for women when they get down to maybe 13-12% body fat. Alright, so now let's look at some of the reasons why it's so hard to get rid of this stubborn fat. First of all, stubborn fat has a greater alpha-2 to beta-2 receptor ratio. And simply what this means is alpha-2 receptors signal our bodies to hold on to the fat, to not release that fat to be burned for energy. Beta-2 receptors do the opposite. They signal our bodies to release the fat to be burned for energy. So you see, if these areas have a greater alpha-2 to beta-2 receptor ratio, it's going to be a lot easier to store fat there than it is going to be to release the fat from there to be burned for energy. Another reason is these areas have poor blood flow circulation, and blood flow circulation is also really important for mobilizing the fat to be burned for energy. And to give you an example of this, it might sound a little weird, but if you have fat in your butt, you can actually stick your hand in your pants and feel your butt, and it'll feel colder than the rest of your body. And that's because, like I said, you have less blood flow circulation in these areas. Now, let's talk about some of the reasons why intermittent fasting can help overcome these obstacles. First of all, when we eat, our body's going into storage mode. And the only thing they're running on is the glucose that we're breaking down from the meal we ate. Our insulin levels go up, and it signals our bodies to start storing stuff and just to run off the glucose that we produce from the food that we just ate. When we're in the fasted state, we're in fat burning mode, and our body's running off of stored fat for energy. Now, another thing that happens in the fasted state is our body releases chemicals. A couple of these chemicals that are released are adrenaline and noradrenaline. These chemicals attach to those beta-2 receptors and signal them, activate them, so they signal our bodies to release stored fat to be burned for energy. And this helps overcome that alpha-2 to beta-2 receptor ratio. Another thing that's done is being in the fasted state helps with blood flow circulation to the lower abdomen. So this too helps to mobilize fat in this area to be burned for energy. Now listen, I just want to make this video quick and to the point, but if you want more details and more of the scientific stuff, I'm going to link an article in the description box by Martin Burkham. Alright guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, share the videos if you like them, check out the past videos and see if there's any topics you're interested in, and stay tuned for future videos. And I got somebody here that wants to say goodbye to you guys.
Peace out. Bow, 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 bow.
All right, until next time.
Bye.